Hello? Hello, hello.
Gather round, I'll sing a song of
Just so you know, they're not going to be able to hear anything we're saying when the intro music's playing. I mean, they can hear us talking, but the music's loud.
Hope you never run into the boxer they call Bill.
Yeah.
The boxer they call Bill. They say he drinks up rivers in a single thirsty gulp. Got challenged by Paul Bunyan and beat him to a pulp. Raised by an angry moose, he calls his problems just for fun. Don't know his ABCs or numbers, but knows he's number one. Knows he's number one. Sub-Saharan warlord with a fleet of pickup trucks, 750s and Toyota Hilux caked in blood and muck. Set his sights on Bill's last mistake, as everybody know. Ain't no man alive who can stand against a living tornado. Truck-shaped dumps, iron bolts would turn in shame at the iron he could pump. I heard he jumps a jump rope that's made from a giant bridge. 80-foot cans of muscle milk, the Tundra is his fridge. A boxer goes by Bill, don't take a break to pack a bag, just run off to the hill. But if he sets his rage on you, there's nowhere left to hide. So bend your knee and kiss your ass, you're going for a ride.
So how's everybody doing today? Huh?
Hello, people.
Hello!
Hello, Noot.
Hello, hello! It time for bullshit. It time play hard mode, cause hate ourselves,
Just a bunch of good old-fashioned Western bullshit.
So, basically, our father made a deal with definitely not the devil trademark. Totally not him. But for some reason, it ended up being a loaded deal, and now our fortune has turned into misfortune, and I just don't understand how we could have possibly ever seen that coming.
I've never heard of the devil double-crossing anyone. That sounds like fake news.
Yeah, so we're gonna drop a coin inside the well and wish for good luck.
But then you're down one coin.
But it had no effect we could discern. Father's curse made prospecting impossible. Whatever methods you tried, whatever places you sought, nothing worked. The situation was hopeless. Though you never said it, his guilt was clear, which made for many silent evenings. One day you awoke to a note from your father. He was sorry for the bad decisions he'd made. He was sorry for your mother, for Florence, for you. He loved you, and that meant he had to leave. If only it had helped. Where are we going next? Shady Joint. Where's the Shady Joint?
Pat, be sure not to smoke in these shady joints.
Oh, there it is. The place was filled with lowlives. Hired an old miner to help him prospecting. Oh, yeah.
I miss the days of hiring one guy and your income increases by 15%.
I don't have the gold this guide I'm following thinks I have, I found a hut inhabited by a young woman. Rumor had it she could see the future. She took your money eagerly, but though she tried a range of methods, none of them were effective.
I once heard that palm readers are just a front for brothels, and I've never been to a palm reader, but I want to believe that's true.
God damn.
Yes, more Noot this soon.
Oh, where'd I get another $100 from? I wonder if she gave it back to me.
Curse is lifted or your money back.
Well, that's something, I guess. I would take a fortune teller more seriously if they gave me my money back when they said they couldn't help me. That would be like a yellow flag instead of a red flag. Like, okay, proceed with caution, but
I don't know, if a fortune teller was like, you're fucked, you're gonna need this, and hands me my money back, I would probably panic.
God may have been away on business, but Reverend Gervais had a reputation of being a miracle worker. For a price he could heal the most serious of ailments. Those with less cash could leave a tip in the offering box, granting them a place in his prayers for the day. Curse exorcism. You paid your money, but would later discover it had no effect. Just when you thought things couldn't get worse, you returned after a hard day's work to find thugs raiding your house. You scouted from a safe distance. They would pay for this with their lives.
You know, Newt, I would love to play a Weird West tabletop RPG with you.
That would be fun. No, not cancel. Shit. As you scouted the country, you came across a narrow crevice. You could have climbed through it, but it would have been a difficult challenge. Unless you came well prepared, it would be all too easy to sustain a serious injury.
All too easy, they say.
The climb was long and tiring, but your extra dexterity served you well and you finished it without incident. You found a natural cavern, which had rocks indicating a good chance for gold deposits. You marked it on your map.
I once said the same thing about an ex-girlfriend.
Cavernous deposits?
Oh, yeah.
Ugh. Ugh. How's everybody else doing today?
Alright.
That's good to hear. And I don't know if people have mentioned it, but Gavin, Wraith, Digi, Knight, and Jason. Great to have you with us this stream. Yeah, Newt, I have a few minutes here where I could kind of pop in, so I figured,
No problem.
you're not going to say no. I hope.
Absolutely not.
Sometimes you might. We'll see. We'll see.
Now I gotta go sell shit,
Oh. Oof. Gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of the buy and sell screen in this game. Everything else is pretty nice, but that screen is just... eh.
Did they improve it in the second one? I never got around to playing the second one.
Wow.
The unconventional methods were effective but expensive. You sent for the hydrojet so you could move deeper gold deposits to the surface and collect them more easily. The placer gold had been excavated and the deeper gold exhausted completely, but rumor had it there was still hard rock deposit to be had. I need $15! God fucking damn you!
I'm generally pretty truthful, Night Owl. If I'm being facetious, I often fess up to it pretty soon after. It's hard for me to remember about that kind of stuff. I'm gonna pop up the chat.
Yeah, Jason, it has been a while since I've played Deadlands. Is there even an updated version, or is it still the version from like 2000?
Oh my god.
No kidding. I'm gonna have to give that a shot.
As you traverse the forest, you spotted a rare albino rabbit. Its skin would net a decent price, and albino's rabbit's feet, a powerful good luck charm. The rabbit, for its part, sat still, as though perhaps you were the valuable prey.
I follow the rabbit.
As you followed the rabbit into the forest, but quickly lost track of the creature. Cursing your bad decision, you stumbled upon a cave whose markings indicated it was a worthwhile mining site. You marked it on your map and vowed to return.
Ah, mining rabbit. Very rare.
The Bonanza. This site has been popular for
Oh
quite
my god!
Didn't get the event you wanted?
No, I'm losing money bad. The abandoned mill held a puzzling scene. Two identical twins, one holding a gun, the other shot dead. You'd seen their face on a wanted poster, but just one of them. When he saw your gun, the shooter dropped his and claimed innocence, saying he shot his murderous brother in self-defense. No, go to the sheriff. I received a bounty, but the sheriff held on to the gun as evidence. That might be enough to get me out of poverty, actually. You collected the hard wrought gold deposits by smashing the quartz stones with a pickaxe. Oh no, I wasn't supposed to do that. Fuck.
But you did. But you did.
Hey,
Hello.
Hello, hello.
how's it going?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Not too bad.
By the way, nice to see you guys, Mercury Alpha and Hidden Boss. So how are you doing, Libra?
I'm doing pretty right.
That's good to hear. Keeping busy?
I mean, you know, to the extent that I do, yeah.
Fair.
There's a whole lot of slack going on in my neck of the woods.
No, I getcha.
You come across the house of a poor family, the Smallbridges. They told you they were trying to leave, saying this country was unsafe, but without money they had little chance of surviving. They were very grateful, said they'd pay for it, which was a nice idea, but who are we kidding? It was clear the Smallbridge family had left the area. The house stood empty except for a few things they left behind. It was impossible to tell whether they left them on purpose or forgot about them in their haste. Lucky horseshoe.
So what's the deal with this game? I remember looking at it when it first came out, but I never actually picked it up.
There isn't really much of a deal beyond... It's a turn-based type
Is it
deal.
like it's like an RPG or like a roguelike or?
Turn-based combat with heavy RPG elements.
Okay.
Like lots of decision making, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. So kind of FTL, but in the Wild West.
No, FTL's a little bit different.
Okay.
It's like
FTL doesn't have a lot of RPG elements, but there are some.
the combat's, if you need a modern equivalent, like a CRPG or something like I don't know, like XCOM.
Okay.
Turn-based combat.
All right, gotcha. Are you looking for something in particular, or just kind of wandering around?
I'm just wandering around at the moment,
Yeah.
making sure I didn't miss anything.
Ah.
Yeah, I was hearing a lot of love for Jagged Alliance 3, but then it came out and no one talked about it. Like, what's the
Yeah,
deal
there
with
was
that?
a little bit of a hubbub when it first came out, and then it died off pretty quickly. So I don't know. I know it was fairly highly anticipated.
Nifty.
Yeah. Whiskey for the working man, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As you prepared to make your move, the slave you were sheltering came out of hiding. He'd been working the fields when he saw the armed men approaching. He's in no condition to fight, but he gave you a charm that had kept him alive until now. The Ojo del Muerto.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Just like a string with some teeth on it.
Yep.
Elephant rifle. I saw a video the other day of someone firing a punt gun. It's like 1.86 caliber.
Holy fuck, did anybody else hear that?
Yeah, I thought that that was weird.
1 point, hey!
Weird. Sorry, I guess my headset had been weird. Sorry.
Yeah, it happens.
1 point clown. Interesting caliber.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 1.86.
You'd be surprised how many rounds they can fit in one gun.
It's always important to have that, that single barrel shot or single tube shotgun that can hold 35 rounds.
Well, the 5.7 is made by a French company. That explains the high capacity.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say there are shotguns out there that can take a regular box mag or even a drum mag.
Yeah, but like it without a mag, just feeding them right into the barrel.
Oh, I see. Just all in the back. Yeah. Okay. Firing them all at once. Yeah, that's a little.
No, no. So what happens is the one at the end only has a very short barrel, and then as you keep shooting, the barrel length gets longer for the. That's how that should work, right?
That just sounds vaguely gun erotic.
Might as well just make it front loading too, for safety.
I mean, you kind of have to be reach loading, right?
Yeah. Hey, hidden boss, it's not always snakes. Sometimes you can use a string and a bolt. The clown interesting caliber night owl was said by not me. I think that was mentioned by Libra.
Sorry, what?
No, I'm just looking at the quotes in chat. I was.
Oh, I see.
We have so many people in chat, and so just the fact that they could remember even some of us is kind of impressive.
Yeah.
They'll learn soon enough what happens when you try to take a man's home.
You would fight for your home and take back what was yours.
Be right back.
No problem.
Kill all invaders.
Great Prodigy song.
Yeah, that flimsy piece of wood is really gonna stop bullets.
It's a video game.
Yep, yep. Hmm. So what are the stars and the number above people's heads?
Action points.
Ah.
Night Owl, that is awesome.
And covered in blood. You should maybe stop cooking and look to that. You don't want blood in your food.
Ricochet.
It just adds more protein.
Kind of throws the flavor balance off, though, right?
It depends what it is.
Hungry for blood.
Generally, if it's what we think is blood in food, is not actually blood.
It's hemo. Something
Yeah.
or other.
Goblins.
Did you just say
Well, that's
hemo
it.
goblins?
Hemogoblins.
Nice.
I like that.
Tiny little goblins in the blood.
Mm-hmm. Animalcules. Yep. Perhaps even a few corpuscles. Oh,
Corpuscles.
that makes sense.
What do cats that hunt at dawn and dusk have to do with this?
Don't worry, Mr. Griffin. It's just a fatty corpuscle. A fatty corpuscle? What's a comedian from the silent film era doing in my breast? That would be Fatty Arbuckle.
Man, it must have been awful to get saddled with a name like Fatty.
I'm pretty sure that's not his real name.
Well, no, I know, but still, it's a nickname. Yeah.
I don't know, these days I could see someone naming their child Fatty.
Yeah. That's because people are dumb.
That they are.
There's always been dumb people, but like nowadays, we can hear them more easily.
That's true. I was gonna say maybe the dumb has intensified, but yeah, it's probably most of it. We just see a lot more of it.
I don't know. Have you seen? Have you been on LinkedIn recently?
No, never.
I was on LinkedIn a few times, but it's so much work for no gain. Like I've got better ways to waste my time.
I was gonna say I don't know what the point of LinkedIn is. Like, I'm guessing it's some kind of like corporate networking kind of thing, but like,
Yeah, it was
I don't
around.
wanna associate with those people.
It was around before Facebook, right?
Was it? Oh.
But yeah, basically it's supposed to be like nowadays professional Facebook. So, oh, you need to figure out how to get your products, blah blah blah, in your specialized field, but maybe you want a different job, but somewhere else. Well, you don't know those people on the other side of the country. Blah blah blah. This will help. But now it's just turned into, but marketing.
Yeah.
I saw a post on not Facebook, fucking A, on LinkedIn, and it was literally just two middle managers arguing whether there was a performative increase in efficiency from boxers or brief.
Warren just ate this dude. I just want you guys to know that.
He ate a dude?
He ate a
That
dude.
seems unhealthy.
Well fed. You've eaten well and can fight better.
Good. It's important to be able to eat well, because otherwise you're hungry.
Yeah, I never understood the point of LinkedIn as a resume sharing site. Night Owl, like I get like I don't know. Like I get having a resume that you post on like job hunting sites like Monster.com and places like that. I used that before, but like who's gonna go browsing people's resumes for fun, you know?
HR, they have nothing better to do.
Hey!
That's not true. They can browse actual Facebook and look for reasons to fire you.
Yeah.
Usually Facebook's not, or usually HR doesn't do that, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I used to work at Amazon.
Oh yeah, I've got a friend who works at Amazon, up in West Virginia, I think. But yeah, no, I've definitely seen like application processes for various companies where they request that you give them your social media information so that they can look you up, and I'm like, hell no.
Bye.
I haven't used,
no.
It's one reason why I just haven't used social media other than like Reddit.
Yeah.
How about can you fucking don't,
I haven't been on Facebook in probably 8 or 9 years, something like that. So
yeah, I have to go on there one of these days though and start altering my profile to like really mess with metrics. It's just a matter of like I really just don't care.
I don't care. Oh, I guess that's fair, Nido. Yeah, I remember when Monster.com was new. You go on there and look for a bunch of jobs and find like hundreds of jobs and submit hundreds of resumes and get maybe 3 replies if you're lucky. It seemed like a more efficient way for companies to ignore your resume.
I've gotten more jobs by literally walking into places.
Same.
Yeah.
So I have found that Dice.com is the place to post your resume because recruiters look there.
Okay. Well, I mean, I would assume that the people who are going to the effort of posting these job postings are looking at resumes, but you know.
Another thing that pisses me off is when recruiters offer, like, they'll contact you and they'll say, "Oh, you should totally take this job," and they just don't tell you how much it pays. It's like, yeah, no. Why are you recruiting me for a job that pays $1 more than minimum wage?
Hey, did you guys hear that?
No.
The government has already claimed eminent domain without consulting us and given it to the railroad company, so we're not defending a property, we're attacking somebody else's property without having known it until it was too late.
The great cycle repeats.
Brilliant,
So you're
right?
the bad guy.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Even though this was our fucking house that we've built with our own 2 hands over the last 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you're taking your property back from the corporation. Stick it to the man, etc. I mean, or you're just murdering people for fun. I mean, either way.
Well, it can be both.
Why not both?
But no, I actually got a couple of jobs on Monster. One of them was a decent job, but the other one was kind of not. But didn't last very long. But yeah, most of the jobs I've gotten have been just like walking in and applying it on site, or just like, you know, hey, I heard you're looking for someone to do X, Y, Z. I can do X, Y, Z. That sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, probably the reason that my resume didn't get looked at very much on places like Monster is because I never got certifications for any of the stuff I did, just because they didn't exist when I started, and so by the time they were around, I had enough work experience that I didn't need them, so I never bothered.
Same.
Certifications always kind of make me laugh. It's just like,
Yeah.
I get it.
I-
Sometimes they're useful, but
Well,
having to
and
pay
then,
to prove that you've been able to do something in the past is kind of silly.
yeah. Yeah, I get it, but like then you have situations like I lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico in the late '90s, and shortly after I moved there, or shortly before I moved there rather, Intuit had a big facility out there that they had signed a contract with the city to get a discount on taxes and stuff, but they decided to close the facility down early for whatever reason, which meant that the city of Albuquerque required them to provide certification training for all of their employees, and so suddenly the job market was flooded with people who had Microsoft certifications up the wazoo, but didn't know shit. And so, suddenly we're dealing with people who got hired because their resume looked really good, and when they didn't actually know how to do the job. So,
Yeah.
because they employed like I don't know 1,000 people or something, or 1,200 people, something like that. So it was a huge.
Not
blow on
aware
Microsoft.
there was a person up there.
Surprise. Oh, that makes sense now.
Once you do get fucking blasted,
That's what I'm here for. Blapadood.
boop. Hello.
Hi. You mind standing very still while I blap? Thank you. This game makes me want to play more door kickers. It's kind of like
a fun game.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's like it's real time, but you can do planning ahead of time, and so I really enjoy this tactical challenge of planning everything out and making sure that all the angles are covered and everybody's doing their thing at the appropriate time and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Rainbow Six 3, which I played a bunch of, had a planning mode like that we used occasionally, but mostly we just ran around and shot guys.
What was that cyberpunk attack defend FPS game that had the really cool mode where you could like draw on the map like fucking John Madden?
I don't know. I'm not sure I ever saw that one, but that sounds
Which
pretty cool.
game? Like you said, an RTS?
No, FPS.
FPS. Oh.
Yeah, it was cyberpunk, had like a Judge Dredd vibe.
I don't know too many cyberpunk FPS is like.
When every last thug was silenced, the truth of your situation finally hit home. You had to run.
You've been evicted.
As good as dead. You're rootless, but happy times of drifting are violently interrupted when you cross the wrong man. But a powerful stranger helps you rise up, transforming you from a carefree gambler into the personification of vengeance.
Well, looks like there's a few cyberpunk FPSs out there. Turbo Overkill, which other one? Twilight Town.
Cover no longer affects damage is what you guys secretly want. You want if you actually manage to hit them in the from behind a board that does full damage because it shouldn't block it.
But
fuck
it
you.
still affects your hit chance, right?
It does still affect your hit chance, but I'm not clicking it because fuck that.
What does express scarification do? That sounds bad.
Oh, it means that combat injuries
I see.
heal faster.
Ah, okay.
Squishy posse. Good god. I do believe we'll do the cutscene and then take a couple minutes and stretch our legs and such.
Sounds like a plan. I don't know if I'll be able to
Lost
stick around
everything,
much past that
became an
anyways. But yeah.
outlaw on the run,
That's okay.
but you still had Florence, the love of your life. You were drifting through settlements, evading the law, gambling. You did well enough, but whenever you won, someone had to lose. And if there was something the masked man truly would not stand, it was losing. Then, out of thin air, a gentleman appeared, offering to resolve your predicament in return for your soul. Unaware of the gravity of your situation, you told him to go to hell, just as they surrounded the saloon.
You're as good as dead,
Every way out was barred or blocked. Enemies positioned themselves outside the windows. You were as good as dead.
So it's called Due Process.
Bleeding out on the floor, helpless
That's
to
the game I'm
protect
thinking
Florence.
of. Due
You
Process.
felt your life ebbing away.
You can't win this, so it's best to just entertain people by dying as fast as possible.
Gave you a last breath. But on that breath, you pledged to him. You gave
Dun,
your soul
dun,
for a
dun.
shot at revenge. Trapped betwixt life and death, you now belonged to neither realm. The coffin nails didn't hold fast. You were supposed to be dead, so no one took notice right away. You considered raising the alarm to bring in more enemies, just to satisfy your bloodlust.
Which we're gonna do. So, over the telegraph. Jesus.
That one, Brasscog has redeemed stretch.
Well, we're gonna do a proper stretch, and we're gonna stand up, and we're gonna stretch real good.
That's a good stretch.
Alright, boys. We will be back. Chris, if you gotta go.
Yeah, I'll be, I'll stick around for a few minutes here, but I'm not gonna stick around past,
I'll keep the music volume low if you want to do a quick story time with Chris before you go.
Yeah, we'll see what I can think of. Yeah. So what do people want to kind of hear about today? Story time with Chris. So a lot of people know I work at a garden. I think it's been pretty clear over the months. Yeah, that's what I do. And guess how early you want to order your plants for the next season?
How early?
Okay. Well, I submitted our orders last week, and a good chunk of stuff was already out of stock. Now, given previous years we were rougher, but usually you want to start ordering them in September and October for the next May, which can be hard to do considering I'm still selling stuff in November, and I also don't know what the economy and prices of things are until December. Like, I don't even know if the crops survive.
Right.
Which is annoying. It's like, did the crops for this plant survive that we need 1,000 of? I don't know. But you should place your orders for them now. I'm just like, and if you choose wrong, the difference is like, there's a very common ornamental grass in my area. We have to charge $19 for it if we get it as cheaply as possible. There's 2 suppliers that do it cheaply, but if either of them have crop failures, you need to go to the more expensive ones, and they'll force us to charge for the same plant, identical plant, $32.
Holy crap.
And then I don't need 1,000. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
And then it's a matter of like struggling to find substitutes, and a lot of it's also first come first serve as well. So if you don't order before the low prices,
Yeah.
but that's turning into a bit of a nightmare for the suppliers, because what people end up doing is they order from every supplier.
Oh, and then
And then
see what shows up.
Once the prices are posted, then they say, well, no, we don't need that.
Yeah.
So
Kind of reminds me of a friend of mine who plays the commodities market sometimes, and he's talking about like trying to predict coffee prices in Brazil and shit like that, like a year ahead of time. It's
oh
crazy.
yeah, it's quite
Basically,
like
have to be
that.
psychic.
Like you have to figure out what colors are going to be popular.
Yeah.
It's like you have to look at world events, way the things are moving, and they're like, oh, people want to support a particular kind of thing. Oh, I need to buy those colors.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, no, it's so annoying.
Yeah, that sounds bad, man.
And or like there's a local political party that's like falling out of grace. Well, can't show like I should stop talking politics. Sorry, I'm gonna stop talking politics.
Yeah.
That's too close to politics. But yeah, it's just a matter of
But
like
yeah,
I have to think both long and short term. I have to also not carry the same things as previous years, because people don't need to. If they have a perennial, they don't need that perennial next year. They might want something different, or they're trying to like replace different parts of their yard. And so we've got our standards, but we've also got our like unusuals, and then it's also trying to predict how I'm going to push our growth pattern. Because like last year, we estimated we'd have about a 5% growth, and it was 25%. It's just like gut punch of how to handle it. Like one thing I do over the winter is I do a lot of coding in order to make our ordering and back-end process easier in our busy season. Because spending 50 hours to save spending 10 hours to make me 10 minutes more efficient in May is a positive ROI.
Yep.
Because in May, my effective worth to the company, if I'm maximally productive, is something like $6K an hour. But
60 billion.
My worth to the company in like October is like 30 cents an hour. So in order to justify my wage, I need to make those months as productive as possible.
Right.
And so I'm getting to
very few half days.
Yes, well, I'm hoping to like hell to automate away a lot of the paperwork side of things, because there's no reason that I need to be doing it. There literally is no reason. Like it's all you could teach a grade 5er to do it.
Yeah, I did a lot of that too. In fact, the guy that I mentioned that plays the commodity, I used to work for him, and he used to do like manual data transfers for this huge amount of data that he would get from the various stock exchanges around the world. And he would have to copy it by hand, and of course, when he hired me, I had to copy it by hand, and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to spend a few hours to write a little bit of code to do this for you every day.
Python
automatically.
Python makes life so much easier with that respect. Like, is it good quality Python code? No, absolutely hell not. I'm ashamed of it, but it works.
You weren't done dispensing.
Did you guys just hear what I just did?
No.
I just telegraphed for them to send more men because I am not satisfied with the number of people I have to kill.
So
kill everyone in town.
Yeah. Just to catch me up a little bit, I don't know if I missed things, but like your dad is still alive, right?
Yeah, he left to try and, because he thought he was the source of the bad luck, but we're all just cursed now.
Yeah. What about your waifu?
Waifu just died. If you were watching like a few minutes ago.
I thought that would have happened, but I wasn't sure if that was an actual death or a scripted death.
Yeah, scripted death.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Yep, I made a deal with the devil, so now I'm alive.
I thought the little cutscene that you shared before said you told the devil to piss off.
Yeah, but I took the deal with my last breath.
I see.
If I'd taken the deal faster, I could have avoided the whole getting shot thing altogether, but...
Hey, but this way you have another scar that heals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, scars are worth their weight in
missing...
gold in the Old West.
I don't think a missing soul is considered a scar, and I don't think it's gonna heal either.
Just maybe not for you.
That's
Souls
okay.
go back.
No, I'm not gonna say that. That's
Either that or you just take souls from other people.
see, that's where I was going with that, and yeah,
fair,
I'm not
fair.
gonna...
I went there. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna do the considerably more graphic version, but yeah.
Yes. I've always liked that lore for vampires, though, that they're not actually after blood; they're actually after soul.
Hmm.
They're after the hemogoblins.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I prefer
Well
ones. I
done.
prefer ones where they can choose to just eat animals or drink donated blood.
see, I like the ones that feed on other vampires.
I mean, it adds more moral dynamic to it.
What about the ones
No,
that feed on glitter?
If their existence has to be a tragic existence, just make it an unsavable tragic existence.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's my thought. It's just like, yeah, they have to consume other people's souls to live.
Mm-hmm.
There is no beneficial existence, and yet they don't want to die.
Yeah.
It makes them for like great enemies though, because they'll try and persuade you and give you lies and tell you all the bad things or all the good reasons why they shouldn't die. I'll only kill I'll only destroy criminals. Oh, that soul thing, that's just a myth. And just like, it makes amazing antagonists.
You're not really using your soul. I mean, let's be honest.
What has your soul done for you lately?
Yeah, I won't use it till I'm dead anyways.
And that's like years away.
I've got no
Or
plans to
so
die.
you think.
A little. I like how the outside edge of the town is just spikes.
Ah, it's Houston.
Sorry, what was that about Houston?
It's all spike.
Hmm. I live near Houston. I kind of hate it.
See, I grew up in, was it Cypress?
Yeah.
Which, you know, that's a nice outer suburbs of Houston. Not actually in there.
Yeah. I'm up around Conroe, so I'm on the north side of Houston.
Oh, Conroe. My family used to go there for outlet mall shopping.
Yeah. Yeah, Conroe pretty much exists to be like 100,000 strong bedroom community for Houston, because everybody who wants to work in Houston but can't afford to live there lives here instead.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes I-45 a disaster every time it hits rush hour. I actually live about a quarter mile from I-45, and I go out sometimes in the mornings at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and the difference in sound on like a Saturday morning versus a Monday or Tuesday morning, night and day. It's so freaking loud on weekdays in the morning, even as early as 6 a.m. Blub. Oh my god, on how to farm, and on that farm he shot some guys. Bonus points if you get that reference.
I do not.
No bonus points for Noot. It's the usual suspects.
I've never seen that.
Oh my god. Pause your life right now and go do that. It's amazing.
No.
No, seriously, it's definitely worth seeing. I'm not going to say anything more about it because it's kind of famously a big twist and I don't want to spoil it.
I'm aware of the twist.
Okay.
Hello.
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 Hello. Hello there.
Greetings.
Yeah. However, I shall be stepping away, so it was great to see you all. Great to see chat. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend and a great new week. and I'll see you all next week.
You as well. Take care.
Have
a good
one, man.
weekend.
Wait, we have a website? I didn't realize.
Yep.
I've really never been there. Huh. Cool.
That's a lot of walking.
Dude, is the enemy taking a poop somewhere? What's going on?
I hope something isn't broken. Oh dear.
Enemy AFK'd.
Bruh.
Enemy's just like, I'll freeze time and then I'll win.
No, there's no way they've got that many people. This is glitched.
Everywhere enemies viewers.
Yeah, shut up.
Bleeding out on the floor, helpless to protect Florence. You felt your life ebbing away. You
I did it!
last breath. But on that breath, you get trapped
You gave.
betwixt life and death. The cough you can sit. You telegraphed the enemy to send more men. You weren't done dispensing justice.
This is actually just a long turn. Yep. See.
Man, Newt, your guy looks like he's got a bit of hurt.
It's fine.
He straight up got, like, the virus from 28 days later.
That's an unfortunate place to stop, innit? Well, shit. That guy didn't even try to get cover. Oh no. Water break. Ow. Nope.
Every way out was barred or blocked. Enemy you bleeding out on the floor, helpless. But you can.
I'll try and defend the telegraph office as long as I can.
Telegraphed the enemy to send more men. You weren't done dispensing justice.
Telegrams for when you want to browse the web really slowly. Yes, Gavin, it is Cowboy XCOM, basically. It's Hard West.
No, I don't think I've seen any Easter eggs yet.
Eggs were hard to come by in the hard West.
Oh god, I wish they were a little closer so I could get them with a shotgun. Hard-boiled West is just a myth, huh?
Hard-boiled West.
What does the red circle around the bad guys mean when you mouse over them?
It means they can do a reaction shot if I walk near them.
Ah, I see.
The second campaign, right when Warren gets shot, Jake.
Oh, hello, squeaky boy. My cat has come to say hi.
Oh.
Oh, good kitty.
Yep.
Oh no.
I call him Squeaky Boy because he does this thing where he will sneak up by my chair and when I'm not paying attention and do the most pathetical, squeaky little meow ever to demand attention.
Oh, it's adorable.
Yep. He's a cutie. Yeah, come up here. Come here. There you go. Oh, careful. Oh, we got stuff all over you.
He's
hello,
slut.
buddy.
At least I heal over time.
Night Owl redeemed pet. Additional pets are required.
Okay. Pet. Oh, now I got two cats. Other cat. Come here. Okay. Other cat is not interested in pets. He just wants to see what the first cat is up to. Oh, you want to come with me? Alright, come on. Hello, buddy. There, now I got pets for each hand.
Nice. Akimbo pets, just the way John Woo intended.
Indeed. Maximal pet achieved. Oh, I don't have a camera, otherwise, I would provide pet cam, but
It's a bad idea. I really ought to fall back and regroup though.
yeah, they're kind of encroaching a little bit and surrounding you.
No, they hit you with a squiggly line.
How dare.
Please stop doing that, camera. Thank you.
You gotta lay down. There you go.
I can't do anything about him. I have one guy and he's got a double barrel shotgun and a revolver.
Speaking of shotgun, they're all kind of clustered up over there.
I can't, yeah, but they're not in the range of fire.
In video games, shotguns have a range of approximately 3 feet.
Yeah, they're kind of in your range. You might be able to hit 4 of them over there.
I can't hit, I can only hit one of them.
Oh, the AoE doesn't hit the others that you can't see?
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, no, if I can't see them, I'm looking out a window. If I can't see them, then they're not in my field of fire. How would they be?
I guess, but that one guy is like the on the right is standing in the middle of the street. I don't know how you can't see him leaning out the window. But
Bad idea. Maybe.
yeah, maybe they'll cluster up in the alley. Oh no, they're gonna shoot you to double windows. Huh. No, yep. I think this is a frying pan and fire situation. Don't suppose you have any grenades?
No.
Nah.
Wow! It's not funny, he's about to one-hit me.
Oof, damn.
Your guy is such low health, he should stop looking around that corner with his idle in.
Right? I know I just got shot, but I'm just gonna keep poking my head around that corner and see how it goes.
Nobody shot me in the head before, so therefore I can never be hit in the head.
Mm-hmm. Hope you can kill that guy in one shot.
Unreal.
Alright, I have been decatted.
Nope, I'm about to die. Oh, he had to reload. Because luck. Luck makes shots less likely to hit there.
Damn. Close one. Well, it is lunchtime for me, so I'm gonna head out. Thanks for hanging out with you guys. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, have a good one. This is actually bullshit. Maybe, but don't jinx it, Jason. That's not a good place to be in. I might be able to just attrition them out at this rate. Ugh. Look at him. He can't figure out what he wants to fucking do. Luck is a harsh mistress, huh? Yeah, I didn't think that was everyone, but... Oh. Hello.
Sorry to do this to you, Noot, but I'm gonna get a little bit of food and rest probably.
How dare you? I'm kidding. That's fine.
But have a wonderful stream. Take care, y'all, and enjoy your stay and the Noot adventures in the High West.
Oh yeah. Wow. Nah, that's a special ability you gotta unlock, picking stuff up from corpses. They're like, what the fuck do we do? Well, that wasn't very smart. Uh-oh.
Every living soul there was dead. But you were just getting started.
You would have your revenge on the masked man, but first you need to know the depths of your anger.
The stranger somehow stopped you halfway to death after that fateful night. The news spread quickly. Masked man, your nemesis, went into hiding.
The stranger approached you again. He said he knew the masked man's location, but telling you would spoil the sportsmanship of the hunt. You didn't pay it much mind. You knew that if you took enough money from him, he'd find you. Then the stranger made an ominous request. He said if you took 100 lives, he would pay you handsomely. The stranger asked if he'd met any of your enemy's enemies. Said he'd heard tell of an old man named Murray. Seems he ran the gin mill and had crossed the masked man somehow. Tracking him down might put you closer to your target. You arrived at Old Man Murray's gin mill to find the place ruined, deserted, and covered in crates. The upper floor remained suspended, but looked like it would fall apart at any moment. You figured you could grab one thing and get out, huh? But should you get the money from the safe or the curious glass item? I'll take it. As you grabbed the item from the desk, the floor lurched and a low rumble heralded the office's imminent demise. You leapt from the room as it collapsed into rubble on the floor below. You inspected the loot. It turned out to be a strange old monocle. The natives lived in a small, infertile area that had been given to them by the occupying forces. They were accustomed to trading with pale faces, though most not as pale as you. Tell us about Old Man Murray. The natives knew many old men, but no Murrays. They said that They said the only white folks around these parts were the masked men's thugs who poached in a nearby forest. Now go dig for the safe, huh? The forest and Indian country teemed with game, more than the natives could ever catch, let alone eat, which made them easy pickings for poachers. The ground was riddled with their traps. On a lucky day, you could disarm them and steal the bait. On a bad day, you'd catch a broken finger, a gashed hand, or worse. Maybe it would be simpler to just stake out the traps and wait for the poachers to show. Nothing like stealing from a thief. Let's disarm a trap. Your luck held. You deftly disarmed the trap and stole the bounty. Again, Pushing your luck, you disarmed another trap, There's always another trap to be disarmed, As you tried to pick the trap, Lady Luck showed her bad side. Set up an ambush. Finally, the poachers showed. You took them out for clockwork, except for one. First, you refused to talk, but some creative pain mismanagement took care of that. Once he knew you were serious, he told you old man Murray was alive but had been captured. He said the masked man had left him with the rednecks living at Rancho Rojo, then paused for effect. Seeing your puzzled face, the poachers added solemnly, "They eat people, huh?"
Old man Murray was taken to Cannibal Farm. If you could save him, maybe that tough old bird could prove to be useful. And even if you failed, you'd still put a dent in the masked man's business.
He killed, burned, and terrorized, but you still couldn't find much information about the masked man. Seems they feared him more than they feared you. Time to fix that. As you traveled down a lonesome road, a trail of smoking ruins in your wake, an old man stepped onto the road ahead. He knew you were going after the masked man. He said the masked man had taken something he was after. He didn't approve of your methods, but he appreciated your effectiveness. He wanted to join you, huh? Welcome aboard. You'd soon learn the old man was the meanest cuss this region had ever seen. Until you showed up, that is. Some nasty leg. Where is the gunsmith, though? You enter the shop, a dozen suspicious eyes burning holes in you. A giant of a man presented himself, Mr. Dorius, the proprietor. He wanted you to know that you were personally invited to his shop in his place. Jeremiah Benjamin Baker sold all kinds of cures, bombs, and ointments. If their smell was to be believed, most of them were a variation on bottled urine. I asked him about the Cannibal Farm. He revealed that man-eaters sometimes came to him looking for meat tenderizer and exotic herbs. If you wanted, he could send a letter of introduction, telling them you were one of them. That way you could approach them without raising an alarm. Every favor has its price, though. He'd only do it if you helped him test his new potion. You agreed to take a sip of his vile concoction. Nauseating wave rushed through your body. Your face felt hot, then your entire body cramped up and you fell to the ground in agony. When it subsided, he apologized profusely, insisting you keep the rest as a make good. He'd send the letter immediately. How's... Oh, well, thank you. Does the Fate Trader even freaking exist? Or do I gotta do a second playthrough? You come across a shady character in a peculiar clothing and by a bizarre market stand. He said that his trinkets will only reveal themselves to you when you deserve so. The water tower was the linchpin of Cannibal Farm. You could have spilled the water to damage the masked man's property, or you could have poisoned the water to weaken the cannibals. Which I do. You dropped the poison in the water, then found a good spot to observe the results. You saw a couple of buckets being carried back to the Cannibal Farm. A little while later you heard screaming, then you noticed black smoke rising from the farm. Were they burning the bodies or roasting them, huh? Farm looked innocent enough, but you knew better than to trust appearances. The cannibals had heavy sentries at the entrances. You hadn't seen a trace of Murray yet. Chances are they had him locked away somewhere.
Time was of the essence. Murray was bleeding and would be served for dinner by sundown. You could either kill the cannibals before he died, or free him and patch him up enough to survive the fight. Also, a part of you was curious what the fuss about human flesh was anyway. Human flesh tasted a bit like buffalo jerky. Not half bad. Strangely, you felt empowered by this casually heinous act. But no sense letting good meat go to waste.
Guess I'm supposed to go back.
The woodshed smelled of garlic and rosemary. Seasoned gunslinger just got a whole new meaning.
They're all sick from the poison water. I forgot I could shriek. Three.
Your swiftness would be the tail of the country. The cannibals bit the dust, and Murray's knowledge of the masked man was yours.
After the fight, you notice a bunch of farmhands hightailing into the fields. Horseback, you could have easily caught up with them. Yeah, chase them down and shoot everyone. So as you dash forward, you soon had your victims within range. Though they scattered, hid, and crawled, none would escape your cleansing fury. When the dust settled, you climbed the tall windmill to scout the region. You could see a bustling and lively bar in the distance, as well as a ghost town nearby. Just north of the farm, you spied a man dangling from a tree. Grateful for his rescue, Murray told you everything you knew about the masked man. Intimidation and destruction served you well. As you became more fearsome, the people you interrogated seemed to know more and more. You were moving up the chain. Still, the location of the masked man's hideout remained a secret. You heard a story of a demon that once walked the earth with a gang. He amassed countless riches, then retired, hoarding his wealth in his hideout. It was said that he was exceptionally dangerous, but if you managed to kill him, all his loot would be yours. Rumor had it the whole town had died of a plague in a single week. With the sickness in the air and the bodies in the ground, no one dared to loot the place, except for me. You found some loot, but there was something in the air. Your breath became heavier and slower. Suddenly an old hag appeared, squawking like a preacher. She said the city was a grave, but not all citizens were buried in it. 7 men were buried in the forest. 6 decent folk and 1 thief buried with his loot. She said if you dug up the thief's graves, you'd find rich beyond measure. Touch the wrong grave and you'd be cursed. Bad luck would haunt you. Sickness would crush your bones and spirits would follow you forever. She vanished, leaving you alone with a memorial marker. Only part of the memorial was legible. All you could make out was Stephen Teague, a hard-working farmer. Romney Tate, a fair judge. Tony Sullivan, a magnificent cook. Donovan Burns, a brave miner. Sam Courtney, the finest blacksmith. Alright, I do think we're gonna call it for a little bit though, if everyone's okay with that. I do believe Diggs will be on not too long from now. But yeah, thanks for showing up. Y'all keep your stick on the ice and have yourselves a good Sunday.